Hello, Fightful Faithful. Welcome to another episode of This is Cinema. No, it's not. I'm
You
your
didn't
host,
even
Alex
give
Pulaski.
the "Is this cinema?"
No, because it's for sure not. That's if you're only sticking around to find out whether or not the movie being reviewed is cinema, I'll save you some time. It's not.
Alex,
Um,
while an honest man, and I appreciate that about you, you're terrible at marketing.
oh, listen, no. Here's the deal. The only people who should stick around are people who also hate this movie. To take some joy in listening to me talk about how much I fucking loathe this movie. The people who were like, but it's really good though. It's just dumb. You got to turn off your brain to watch it. Like, don't stick around here because you won't like what I have to say, and I won't be entertaining any arguments. You can argue with a wall if you think this movie is good. I don't care if you like the movie or not. I don't think it's arguable to people that it is a good film. You can like how dumb and bad it is on purpose, or you can hate how dumb and bad it is on purpose. But you can't argue that the film is good. You know what I mean?
So I do enjoy stupid, dumb comedies from time to time. This one was not like my wheelhouse of stupid, dumb comedies. It touched on things that I like in stupid, dumb comedies, but like in general, being bad at something physically is not like my humor. That was a good portion of this movie was simply that. I am victim to if you put a fun little bit in something, I will enjoy it and like it. So there were parts of that stuff that were more for me in this, but I I had slightly higher expectations, and that one, my expectations were low. So I thought this would outkick the coverage of my low expectations. And two, I felt like there's a lot of Andy Samberg stuff that I do like. Like there's a lot of Brooklyn Nine-Nine that I
Yes,
like. And so I was
sure.
optimistic about it. I thought this would be like on the Will Ferrell beat, like one of those, a Will Ferrell, Vince Vaughn,
Mm-hmm.
early 2000s kind of deal. And I don't know, it fell short for me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't love it. There were parts of it that I liked. You give me a good H in front of a W run, I'm for that. Like a what? What am I saying? Weird in there? Like that kind of stuff I like. Uh Will Arnett in general doing anything is something that I like. So I didn't know he was in this. That was a pleasant surprise for me. But overall, like the overarching thing of it was like he's a really bad stuntman and like physical like I'm not like a Jackass fan very much or anything like that. That's just like not for me. So a lot of this wasn't for me. The parts of it that were acknowledging the parody of it, I thought were
Yeah, but
I
it's not a
liked.
it's not a parody.
I
That's
kind
the
of feel
problem.
like
It's not a What's a parodying?
um
Give me a
dumb
genre
underdog
or a.
movies.
I
Like
don't
and
believe
then the
so.
gag at the end is like he still can't do it, right? But to me, we'll talk about it. But I was like, there are a couple of things that could have fixed this movie.
The
And my
movie
dark
isn't.
sense of humor went to he should have died. He should have died at the end and it would have been a
He
better
should
movie.
he should have drowned during the pool stunt. The movie would have been 20 minutes long, and then we would have just been done with it.
I will say it was like an hour 20 plus credits, right? Or something. Like I think it ran an hour and a half, but like
Yeah,
5 of those were credits.
an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and 25 minutes, which was an hour and 25 minutes too long. Like, there's no excuse for the movie having been made. Having been made, there's no excuse for it. Like, this is the thing: is that I it it's fine. The movie got made for people who like this kind of thing. I'm sure it's up their alley. That is not my alley. I
No.
fucking hate movies like this. And so when I say I don't want to see that, and then somebody, i.e., my boss, tells me you should see this, I'm even going to pay you to see it. And I'm not going to shut up about it until you agree to see it. Then I feel like I was forced to watch the thing that I fucking hate. And so, yeah, there's zero chance I was going to like this. Like, there was this movie
I
had
would
no shot.
say 15 minutes into this, I was like, Alex is gonna hate this, and this is like, of course, Sean loved it.
Right, like that. But
this is like Joe Dirt, Jace.
Yeah, which is again another movie I knew I would loathe, and so I did not subject myself to on purpose. I am almost batting 1,000 on see a movie, know I won't like it, don't watch it, and never regret it. And then if I watch it later in life, I know I was right. There's almost there have been some movies I've been like, I'm not really sure. And it turns out I watch it and I do like it. But if I can look at first blush and know I will hate a movie, I've never been wrong about myself. There are plenty of movies, and by the way, that goes on opposite ends of the spectrum. It's not just dumb comedies. I can look at any kind, a specific kind of movie, any kind of movie, just a random movie I'll see a trailer for and go, that's not going to be for me. I can do that with almost anything. I know my own taste so well. There is an absolute, never-ending hog trough of media that one can subject themselves to. It's never ending. Just as soon as you think you have seen it all, a whole nother truckload of slop dumps into the trough before you. You can't possibly consume it all. So you have to be able to pick and choose, knowing your own tastes, what you will like and what you will dislike. There are so many things that I am positive I will enjoy that I simply do not have the time to consume. So I get really frustrated when my boss and I thought was a friend of 9 years comes onto my show and hijacks it for 20 minutes talking about 90s baseball players and then says you have to watch Hot Rod and won't leave until I agree to do it. I mean, it's
well, the mid-90s baseball talk was excellent.
It led
Graham
to
Lloyd deserves to be talked about.
It led to this.
No, I would say you summoned Sean. Hi, Sean.
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm great.
Good.
You're gonna make Alex quit if you do this ever again.
No,
if you're like, you have to watch Joe Dirt, it's gonna.
I got
quit.
forced to watch the first Star Wars, and that sucked. So
that's the spectrum. I would say. I mean,
you mean the 1977 movie Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope sucked to you, but you liked
that
this?
one.
But you liked this.
I enjoyed Hot Rod infinitely more than Star Wars. Like, it wasn't even close.
We have nothing more to discuss. Like, there's like I can't.
Out of 10, what would you rate this movie?
This movie, -1 million. -1 million, Sean. What would I rate it? Like, according to my own sensibilities and what I like and dislike about movies? -1 million.
Why?
Well, we're going to talk about that.
Because it was relentlessly dumb in ways that didn't make sense. They did not adhere to character.
Now hold on. Listen.
Plot. This is full name treatment right here.
I am a very fair man. God, y'all got a lot of shit on this profile. I swear to God. Anyway.
They're pieces of art.
I am a fair man. And I will say there is at least one thing that didn't make sense. When Rod and everybody were going around in the circle talking about oh, well, Rod's the only one that parties. That is not true. Because as you can see, this cat also parties. That is abundantly
I mean, there's
clear.
evidence right there that cat parties.
Yeah. So I took real issue with that, knowing that was a thing that they put into this movie, knowing that it probably wasn't accurate. I'm not finding the right frame for this show, by the way.
Yeah. I would just also say, like, Bill Hader does acid later, which I think is by definition partying.
Yeah.
So he does there were some lies told in that scene. That was one of the things I like. I like bits like that. I like bits like what am I saying? Weird. I like,
which isn't even consistent. There's no H in the word weird. No. If there was an H in the word weird, it would make fucking sense.
That's why I liked it. It was all stupid. And I like Will Arnett with "Babe, no, babe."
That was good.
Babe, no,
I think Miz took that once. I think Miz did that bit once, which means that's probably why Alex loved it so much.
That's probably why.
I would say that I was a big fan of the AM radio sponsorship. That was phenomenal.
Chris Burnell in general was like,
why is Alex off screen? Look at it.
He's not, yeah, no, he's I want to talk about it.
This rules. This was so worth the money.
I had to remove myself from the conversation so I wouldn't say anything that would get me fired.
So listen, this is going to be worth when I put on my invoice and I have to put a negative amount for what I am paying. It's going to be worth it. It's so worth it.
Good. I'm glad it is worth it to you.
So Alex, was there anything you laughed at in this movie?
No. There was nothing I smiled at. Like,
there's not one thing that made. Hold on. There's not one thing that made Alex Pawlowski.
Not a single thing.
The W sound doesn't even enter into it. Like,
that's why
Alex, this just shows me that you've never had a step parent that you've wanted to fight.
No, I'm not. I have not had a step parent that I've ever wanted to fight.
So I mean, maybe
I'm coming from a place of privilege in that I come from a 2-parent home, and so therefore I cannot experience the drama of this movie.
You have never had a father that was a stunt man that died, and that's your problem.
But he wasn't.
Neither did Andy Samberg. Spoiler alert for people who are seeing this 15 years
job,
later.
Guys.
Or whatever.
Ruined the whole movie.
It's a review.
The movie ruined itself from the very beginning. I don't know, like, what
I was saying before you got on, Sean. Like, even as far as like dumb humor, like physically bad at stuff, isn't like my favorite genre, but there were bits that I liked within it as far as stupid. But like, if I'm going to a dumb comedy, this is not even in a top 10. Like,
what would be your top 10? Give me your top 10.
God.
Oh, so you like dumb movies? Name 10.
Dodgeball.
That's a good one.
Anchorman.
Okay, yeah.
Anchorman is so clever compared to this.
It is. I'm just thinking of like there were years of my life where I was just giving over at that time student discount $5 to a guy to have Will Ferrell play a sport and make it dumb. Like,
I will
there were
say,
so
definitely
many times.
Go back to your home on Whore Island is way smarter, way smarter than what we saw here. Well, somebody says Dodgeball has a story. This has a story. This movie has heart.
That's where I would have to argue.
If the movie followed the story, it would be 15 minutes long. Like, they put all the other stuff in there that doesn't have any bearing to do with the story.
Ace Ventura is definitely on there on my like top 10 list.
My real regret is that I never clipped Denise, you look shitty for my own podcast. That
So
should have.
here was something that got solved 15 years after I dated a guy. He made several references to this movie and wouldn't tell me what movie he was talking about because he said it was an American classic and I hadn't seen it and I had to figure it out for myself. We broke up and I never figured it out. But that was one of the things. He'd be like, you look pretty.
God.
I said shitty. Just kidding. I'd be like, I don't know what you're referencing. You're just complimenting and insulting me at the same time.
Listen, this is not like this movie did not do well at the box office. I'm not going to pretend like it was a hit. It certainly became a cult classic following, especially once it hit DVD and streaming and all that. But like, I would not quote this expecting someone to know. And I certainly wouldn't quote this to a significant other that did not know.
Well, then it became a bit like because it would frustrate me that I didn't know what he was referencing. So he would just reference it more. I think that I Like to Party was the first one.
Okay. Well, you mentioned Anchorman. You've mentioned Dodgeball.
Anchorman, Dodgeball, Ace Ventura.
Okay, sure. Classic.
All the Will Ferrell ones, man. This kind of felt like
you can't just read his IMDb. It doesn't work like that.
That whole era was like part of it.
I've heard you mention Blades of Glory that you would really enjoy.
Blades of Glory, all of those, Talladega Nights. Like
I gotta say, I got Hot Rod over Blades of Glory, and I'll tell you why. He went to the well a few too many times. Like by the time Semi-Pro came out, I was like, all right, man, we get it.
That was kind of where my fall off was too. But if it was Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, I was 100% in. That duo could do no wrong for me. So like, what was the one with their step parents? That's what I felt like. This was the team
Step Brothers
in some ways. Yeah, Step Brothers.
I would say Step Brothers. When I watched it recently, I used to think it was one of the funniest dumb movies ever, and it hasn't held up quite as well, but it's still good. Of course, it's great. Wet Hot American Summer is great just because of Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd is so fucking incredible in that movie when he slams a tray all over the floor. It is one of the best scenes I've seen, and he is just so disappointed that he has to clean it up. Hot Rod is a classic. I hate to tell you guys. I hate to tell you guys.
But like, why? What are the things about it that make it a classic to you?
It's got heart. It's got 15 solid minutes of heart, Alex.
15 solid minutes of heart.
It's a love story, Alex.
In an hour and 20 minutes, it's got 15 minutes of heart. What's the rest of the hour and 5 got for you?
If I could get 15 minutes of heart out of an 80-minute political speech these days, I'd be over the moon.
Maybe how are we comparing the two?
Because clearly, I got to be honest with you, this makes about as much sense as one these days, but still.
That's also fair.
But, like, listen, we're talking about I can't even say a cinematic classic because I haven't seen it in the cinema yet. But you better believe when it gets re-released, I will be there. It will happen.
See, like, you can't throw Naked Gun in the same thing as this because I can't throw Airplane in there. I can't throw any of those because they're clever.
That's a parody, and it's intentionally dumb as a way of being clever. Like,
what if you found out this was? I'll tell you one thing that made a lot of movies more entertaining for me. I watched Not Another Teen Movie before I watched any of the movies they were based on.
Mm-hmm.
And that made them significantly funnier as a result.
Right.
But I mean, listen, other reasons I like Hot Rod. It's a party movie, that's for sure.
You like
There's a lot of people that party in this movie. And that's why I like it. There's a near drowning. It's about perseverance because he doesn't die. Multiple people don't die in this movie. Virtually, I think the entire cast doesn't die, which is a true story of like perseverance and will and all that. Like it's really great. Another reason that it's great is that it isn't Pulp Fiction, which this movie is way better than Pulp Fiction. Way better. With only 15 minutes of the meat of the story, it still somehow has less unnecessary dialogue than Pulp Fiction, which I think is what everybody should aim for. Shadeser says SRS is going to die on this hill, but I'll tell you who didn't die on a hill. Anybody in this movie.
It's true.
It's a feel-good movie about people not dying.
They should have put that in the trailer. It's a
Nobody
feel-good
dies.
movie about people not dying.
Nobody.
I mean, listen,
Nobody
that
dies
would have been a
during
bit
the
of a
movie.
spoiler. Would have been a bit of a spoiler, considering that the whole thing is he's trying to keep his stepfather alive so he can beat him up. But
Right.
Alex, you've ever watched Grandma's Boy?
No, another movie that I knew I would dislike, and so I did not watch.
I'm now at a point where I can tell what's unwatchable for Alex because we've reviewed enough
I
movies
feel
together
like
that
this
I'm like,
should
"There's
become
no
a
way."
recurring theme.
No.
I feel like this should be a thing.
Why
Oh,
do you
I
want
wish
Alex to
Alex
quit?
was-
Just fire him if you don't want him to work
This
here.
is like-
Jesus. Put him
Alex
back in
is
his
going to
misery.
waterboard himself soon. Oh my god!
This is his nightmare.
I would bet that if I watched Grandma's Boy today, I probably would not like it nearly as much as I did 20 years ago. Kevin Nash is in Grandma's Boy, though.
Just because it's eligible doesn't mean it's been selected, okay?
I mean, listen, I got you all to watch Wrong Side of Town. Can we at least agree that it's better than Wrong Side of Town?
Wrong Side of Town was so bad, we were able to do a really great review about it, though. Like, because of the way it was bad. And because the actual fight scenes were pretty all right.
Yeah, sure. And didn't he do the pick a hand in that? Didn't he? Isn't that what he said? He said the pick a hand.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yes.
believe he
Yeah.
would do the pick a hand thing with Nelson Fraser. Yeah.
Nelson, or RIP. I used to participate in a message board forum as a child called the Viscera World Order.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
How'd
SRS,
that
you're
work
the
out?
one torturing him.
You are 100%.
Yeah, listen, I got to agree with this. The main guy in Grandma's Boy is extremely unfunny in everything he does. Whoever encouraged him to do comedy is a bad person. It's Alan Covert. I'm not sure if you're familiar, Alex, but
Yeah.
he's one of the guys that keeps getting work because he knows Adam Sandler.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he was in Wedding Singer for no reason.
There you go.
I
Jonah
remember
Hill and gosh, Nick Swardson are very funny in that movie though. And Betty White. Betty White is really great in that movie.
She's a legend.
Yeah.
Superbad, another dumb movie that would be on that list. 40-Year-Old Virgin would never get made today. Still a guilty pleasure on that list.
I know another Betty. Betty wouldn't want to watch this movie twice, huh?
Heyo!
Wouldn't. I wouldn't. I almost stopped watching it during the first time watching it. Why would I watch it again? Yeah.
Oh man, Little Nicky review. Listen, even I think Little Nicky is just a bridge too far because Alex would jump off that bridge.
Mhm.
Also, like we had a concept for this, and it was shows that featured a wrestler. It's not just reviewing bad 90s movies.
Alex
that Sean
found
liked.
the connections. Sorry, Alex found the connections himself.
Not with
I
Little
mean,
Nicky.
Oh, Little Nicky? I could
Yeah.
find one for sure.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. Anybody who, was near
Ozzy,
a
no,
wrestling.
there was Ozzy Osbourne ever in WWE? Oh,
I don't know.
got it. Zeus. Zeus is in it. Tiny Lister.
Tiny Lister.
Doing Little
Yeah.
Nicky.
There you go. That was easy. Damn.
Just to be clear, that's just not. It's not happening. So
Mhm.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, don't watch Little Nicky. like really don't.
No,
Like,
I'm
there's
not.
nothing.
I won't.
No.
There's-
Have you seen Freddy Got Fingered?
No, Sean. I feel like we can easily create a list of criteria where a movie would fit, where I would tell myself no.
I'm just a little bit surprised that out of morbid curiosity, you haven't seen some of these.
No, like here's the thing. As someone who's now co-hosted,
I don't have that in me. I don't have like, oh wow, I wonder how bad this movie. I wonder how much I'm going to hate this movie. It's just not a thing that comes up.
Like Alex
in my
will
head.
sit through Chopping Mall for a review, but like not.
Mhm.
That's where the morbid
Like
curiosity
bad horror or bad action are way more palatable to me than bad comedy.
Really?
Bad comedy is excruciating for me to watch. It's excruciating. Like,
see, bad action is the worst
watching
for me.
somebody make
Like I
'cause
watched
I
a
can
Queen Latifah
appreciate the
movie.
bad action or the bad horror as comedy. I can't appreciate bad comedy as comedy because it's bad comedy. And I
Really?
certainly can't appreciate it as action or horror.
So,
But no, bad
Well,
comedy.
you can appreciate horror.
Yeah, can't.
so I watched a
Alex also watched
movie.
Chopping
God,
Mall
I
'cause I'm a
can't remember
sissy.
what can't remember what the Queen Latifah movie is, but it was so bad.
Said, why is Sean here? This isn't his turf.
You see that logo up there, buddy? It's the Brand to Brand Invitational, and I invited myself.
Right.
But there was a Queen Latifah movie of which, and listen,
There you go. There you go.
it was an action movie, and she was just a normal mom, and she beat up like 8 dudes herself. One of whom was UFC fighter Keith Jardine. And to me, that one's too much. I don't know.
Keith Jardine, the Dean of Mean.
Yes, the Dean of Mean, Keith Jardine. Yes, that's his nickname. I don't know if that was a lucky guess, but it seems like the type of thing you would get right by guessing.
Mm-hmm. No, I was
not
a guess. I know Keith Jardine, the Dean of Mean.
See,
I don't
Alex,
know.
here's why I think it's important that you watch these movies. Because as much as I love them, I do think they should be properly reamed for how ridiculous and stupid they are. I feel like for society and history, it is important that Alex watches Freddy Got Fingered. And keep in mind, Freddy Got Fingered, the movie that I watched, and I went, oh, what? How did they get away with this 25 years ago? Because I would like to hear Alex more eloquently break it down than me just uncomfortably fast forwarding with my own television remote. And I feel like there's a market for this. That market being me.
I think
being you and you alone,
who is cackling like an idiot, is a bad friend. Why do you care about that more than you care about Alex's mental well-being? He can't survive when he got fingered.
It's like when the movie 8mm with Nicolas Cage, they find out that a rich man had ordered a snuff film, and they ask why he did it, and he goes, because he can.
Sean cracking himself up, and Alex just
like, honestly, I gotta be real.
And comparing himself to the villain of the movie 8mm. Comparing himself to the villain of the movie 8mm.
So, oh God, I quit movie 43 in the middle of it. It is insane that movie 43 could be as bad as it was. Oh,
But Hot Rod, an American classic.
the Hot Rod's got heart. Oh man,
Stop saying that.
it's got so much heart. Have you ever watched Dude, Where's My Car? Alex, have you ever watched Dude, Where's My Car?
Alex has bad internet today.
No, of course I haven't. What are you? I do.
Kate, you have surely
Oh, bad
watched
internet
Dude, Where's
today.
My Car?
I have watched
part of
Dude,
it.
Where's My
Of
Car
course,
several times.
Of course. Oh my
I was
God.
not 100% sober for all of them.
So it's just you bringing up random movies. I know that's what I planned on doing. Here's what I'm doing. I'm planting these nightmares as possibilities. My face hurts right now. I'm glad it's like they called it out like I didn't know what I was doing here. Oh God.
This is a bridge too far. Absolutely not.
Man.
No.
A show
Where's My Car,
advertising
I would
Alex
say
and Kate
less
reviewing
hard.
Hot Rod. This rules. This rules. This is a good idea. This is so worth it. My God. Whew. Well, guys. Alex, I don't want to interrupt you from the extensive notes that I'm sure that you took.
Oh my
Wait,
God.
I do want to
yeah.
ask while Sean is here, because stupid as movies are, you usually watch them 2 or 3 times. I'm gonna go ahead and assume you only watched this once.
This movie?
Once.
Or Alex?
Once.
No, me.
Alex, yeah.
Oh.
Even when we
I've watched
review
this movie
stupid
like at
stuff,
least 7 times.
even when we review bad, weird, silly, whatever, Alex will watch it several times. In my head, I was like, there's no way he watched this one several times. Because he's such a fastidious note taker.
All right.
Mm.
Listen, I reviewed 2017 WWE Raw with this guy. So I did not think that
Didn't have heart.
Hot Rod would be the breaking point. This man has been on the website since Vince McMahon came out and was like, oh, we're going to turn the lights out for the 3rd hour of Raw and do a wild card and brand invitational. And here's a bunch of NXT people. And where's EC 1 and 2? Ha ha ha. You know, all that stuff. Like,
And if you'll recall, Sean, I hated those episodes so much I got kicked off of the main Raw review so they could bring on Denise, who could hide her disdain better than I could. So, you know, like, yeah.
Now listen. Okay, what do you think my favorite movie of all time is?
Joe Dirt.
That's a good dumb movie. You want to talk about a good dumb movie with heart? It's Joe Dirt. Not only that, I use that in my work on a day-to-day basis when people are like, why are we covering this? I go, snakes and sparklers. It's not about us. It's about the consumer. If it was up to me, there's a whole bunch of shit we wouldn't cover at Fightful.
Right. It's about the consumer.
But ultimately, we have to appeal to a consumer. But also, that's also what taught me that Rotten Tomatoes is bullshit, that Joe Dirt 2 has a higher rating than Joe Dirt 1.
Nonsense, really.
Yeah,
What's your
Joe
favorite
Dirt
movie of all time?
The Departed is my favorite movie of all time.
Okay.
I waited way too long to watch it, and it was the best movie I've ever seen in my life. There you go.
So The Departed and Hot Rod are like 1A and 1B basically for you.
They're pretty close. Pretty close. Like, listen, people die in The Departed, so that knocks off a couple points there. It is literally. It'd be kind of weird if it was called The Departed and they didn't die. But
And they lived happily ever after.
yeah, but I mean, like, Home Alone. I like. Like, I like Die Hard, but I would never say it's the best movie I've ever seen or one of the best movies I've ever seen. I think Moneyball's up there. I love Moneyball, even though I have been so balls deep into baseball GM culture that it's hard for me to dismiss some of the things that are omitted in Moneyball. Like, they don't mention like a number of really great players on that team.
I love Sean trying to draw parallels between how we dismiss parts of Hot Rod with how he dismisses parts of Moneyball.
Yes, you dismiss the heart of Hot Rod. Much like many people dismissed the heart of his stepfather, and they thought he was going to die. But you know what? He was a hero, and he saved that man.
He pulled through because he crashed jumping a bus.
It's pretty rad. Pretty rad. I just want to say thank God for that AM radio station for doing the right thing and sponsoring that. I'll let you guys go.
All right.
Sean's gonna hang up and listen.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not wrestling writer.
No,
Or wrestling writer. I will genuinely fell short, like of what I was hoping, even in a stupid comedy, because it while I appreciated some of the bits within, overarching wise, like it was just so much physical crashing and burning and not like super funny. So there were pieces of it that I liked, like Will Arnett being the douchebag older boyfriend, like that got me pretty good. Like I like when she finally has enough, but babe, no, for like 5 minutes got me, like that kind of stuff.
Why did that get you? What was that? What was about that made that fun for you?
I feel like anytime someone sits in something for way too long, I usually laugh, and also because he had an enormous like sports car right in front of him that he could have gone after her with, and the pathetic plea of it, I don't know, got me good.
All right,
I liked it.
Yeah. So this movie, and I did no research on it. I'm making assumptions.
It lost money at the box office. I know.
Well, no, I don't fucking care about any of that shit. Anybody who went to see it is a dummy. So, it's the brainchild of the people who do the Lonely Island stuff on Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
Obviously Andy Samberg was the main face of that, and then there was I know Jorma Taccone or whatever he's also in it as Kevin, the younger stepbrother, but I don't see him in anything other than Lonely Island stuff, so it's got to be that. Chris Parnell was part of all those things on Saturday Night Live, Bill Hader, all that stuff. So all that tracks. The Lonely Island things, the sketches that got done on Saturday Night Live, I can take or leave them.
This is Sean, by the way, not me, just so you know.
Threw what on the ground? What did you?
There was a Lonely Island sketch I threw on the ground. Do you remember this?
I mean,
I liked that one. I liked a lot of that stuff. I liked a lot of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. There was a lot of cleverness in that.
Haven't seen an episode of that. There's most comedies on TV I've never watched an episode of. So I didn't see any. I've seen
this.
I've seen the clips. Most of the clips I've seen involve either Terry Crews or Andre Braugher.
Yes.
with Andy Samberg as like a tertiary part of the clip. But that I can only assume adheres to certain rules that the comedy has set forth and does not break them all the time. Because that's the thing about this movie that, and I listen, I'm being forced to review this movie, so I'm going to explain why I hate it. And if you don't like the way that I explain the way I hate it, well, then you're free to not do that. I am free to not like the movie you like. Comedy to me is all about establishing a set of rules and then following them and breaking them occasionally for the punchlines of certain scenes, and then getting back to the rules and then breaking them again. You have to adhere, you have to set up the rules. These are who the characters are. This is what is expected of these characters. This is who the characters normally are. And then when they break away from that and do something uncharacteristic of what they have been doing, that can be mined for comedy. If there are no rules set for the comedy for any of the characters or the plot, then it doesn't matter when they break the rules, because there's nothing unexpected about it. You know what I mean? If Danny McBride is just a guy and we don't know who he is or why he's doing what he's doing, why he's even Andy Samberg's friends, you could make an argument that Bill Hader and Danny McBride went to high school with Andy Samberg. But if that's the case, why does Isla Fisher, who went to high school with Andy Samberg, need to be introduced to these guys? Where did he meet these guys? That's never told to us. I don't have a backstory for them. I don't know why they're friends other than they all like to party. I don't know any of this fucking shit, so I don't care about any of them at all. So when after the great whiskey fiasco, before the man does a fucking luge down a hill into the side of an RV in some dude's driveway, when Danny McBride comes up and beats the owner of the RV up and screams about how he's been drinking green tea all day, I don't know whether or not that's supposed to be a thing that he does normally or a thing that it's very uncharacteristic of him to do. And also, when he hits him with a traffic cone, is that a thing that he does all the time or only on alternate Tuesdays? I don't fucking know what any of this fucking means, so guess what? It's not fucking comedy. Thank you.
Shout out to the chat who said Kate loves rules. There were 3 rope breaks in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, obviously. So we're referring to here. Sean's still very much clearly here in that
Right.
they're a fucking crew and they like to party.
How did the individuals in the fucking crew fucking meet each other? I understand. Does he not drink caffeinated beverages normally? Is that a thing that he...
I feel like, and this might partly be because of like where I grew up, but I can kind of get around the how these guys know each other thing, because I feel like all of my friends as a kid were just neighborhood strays.
Right.
like that got picked up in that way.
Okay.
I didn't love the like the age thing was a little weird for me, and that they were like older high schoolers, it seemed like. Right?
No, they're all supposed to be in their 20s. They're supposed to be the same age
okay.
that Isla Fisher was, because Andy Samberg and Isla Fisher went to school together.
Okay.
And then she went off to college and came back. So I don't know, 25 years old. The thing is, Andy Samberg never got a job and never left home. So he's supposed to have. He's supposed, you know, like that's
my thing is like that is very close to the plot of Step Brothers without it being like, and I think Step Brothers is an infinitely better movie than this. They're a little older, like they're supposed to be like in corporate era life, but like I was kind of watching this like late, like college age, like what are we doing here? And then like if you're the acting juvenile when you're in college, or like this kind of like clinging to childhood thing, I was like, oh, that was so much funnier when Step Brothers did it.
Except for Step Brothers came out after this. So Step Brothers stole
Okay.
everything from this movie, apparently.
But it was
because
good.
this movie is a classic. No, the movie's good because it has
You know
Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly in it. And so we establish early on in Step Brothers who Will Ferrell is as his trope, which is the Arrested Development, stay-at-home older guy who should have gone off and made something of himself. And John C. Reilly is an entirely
Alex's camera cutting out rules.
John C. Reilly is an entirely different kind of Arrested Development, stay-at-home, should have left the house years ago son. So each of them has established who they are as people. And then when they are thrust together, they bristle because they are so much alike while also being so different. And so then when they do things that are out of character for them, that's the comedy. But there isn't any of that in this. That's the way.
I would also say a longer duration of Step Brothers has heart.
Mm-hmm.
That's just for Sean.
Right.
It has more heart for a longer amount of time.
Yeah, it does. There's a stepfather that lives there, Ian McShane from Deadwood, who's a brilliant actor and never been worse in anything that he is in this. Because maybe he saw it in a movie, I don't know. Andy Samberg believes that if he doesn't beat up his stepfather will never respect him, and he needs his stepfather's respect. So he keeps trying to fight him while wearing football pads and a helmet and everything, and he fails at fighting his much older stepfather. This is comedy.
I mean, his stepfather also keeps calling him a pussy and stuff.
Right, while he's fighting him. Like, that's, yeah. You know.
Because he needs him to be the man of the house when he passes away.
Right. But that's the thing we don't find out until much later, when the movie already spent all of its goodwill that it could possibly have with me. So I don't care about that part. The younger half brother, Kevin, who I guess is supposed to, the way that Jorma Taccone is playing him, I think he's supposed to be 12. You know what I mean? The fucking haircut and the shirts and the way he acts. I know he's a grown man playing him, but what? Like, what is that? I'm like,
that's kind of
okay.
like where I some of the like what ages people were supposed to be got kind of lost in this. Like, yeah, I wasn't.
Like, it didn't. None of it's consistent, and none of it matters. The first thing that happens is he suits up and puts on a fake mustache, which is comedy, don't you know? And then he tries to go off a ramp. Did we test the ramp? No, we didn't have time. So he tries to jump over a VW van, but fails miserably. And that's the beginning of it. He's not a very good stuntman because he's driving a moped, which doesn't have a very high top speed.
It was at this point that I was like, I understand why Sean liked this movie and Alex is going to hate it. Like, or at that point you already watched it, but I was like, Alex, he's going to have hated all of this.
Mm-hmm.
If you want Now You're a Man stuff, we all know that is a Trey Parker and Matt Stone. Now you're a man.
Yes.
Man. That's how you do that archetype.
That's how you do that.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, he fails at beating up his stepfather, so I don't know, he tries to.
Oh my god, you hate this because he's Cody Rhodes. I mean, Cody is carrying on his dad's legacy, but like the amount of adversity, it's a lot of adversity.
It is a lot of adversity, yeah.
Starting right here at the very beginning.
Right. After he loses the fight with his stepfather. He's told to take out the trash. I think that's the point, and he runs at the trash and then dives into it for no reason. That I don't know how that accomplishes taking out the trash when you throw yourself into the trash can. Like not
So he's
in the
done.
trash can, but like into the side of the trash can to knock it over. And then he says, nailed it. That's comedy, apparently. And then Isla Fisher is there, who apparently always had a crush on this fucking idiot. Like that's the way she plays it is as though she always wanted him to ask her out in high school. And I was like, when he was in high school, was that before the brain damage? What the fuck? Why? What did anybody ever see in this fucking dude? And
Okay, well, of all the dudes I dated, the ones in my early 20s are the ones that were probably this dumb. I will say that. But she there's the nope, never again list that is from like 19 to 24, I would say.
yeah.
I think she saw the affable, lovable
Right.
underdog hero
Anyway,
and the can-do spirit and attitude.
yeah. So this is where they catch up about her having gone away to college and now being back in town, I guess, and him still doing nothing. And then as she starts to walk away, he says, "You should come watch me jump over the pool. I'm going to jump over the community pool. You should come watch." And she says that she will. She says, "I'll see you there." And then she leaves. And then he says the line that you mentioned, "You look pretty." And she says, "What do you say?" He says, "I said you look shitty," which in a different movie would have made me laugh.
This this just solved like a 13-year-old mystery that I had about an ex-boyfriend of mine. So I
Right.
can't even comment on like where
No,
it fits
but like no, but
thematically.
you mentioned the line. That's the line. The line is that
I
of
know.
all the lines, that's the one that actually might fit in a regular comedy. You know what I mean?
It was
Like an
well delivered
actual
by Andy
real funny
Samberg too.
comedy. Yeah, like. And there's the other thing about Andy Samberg is that Andy Samberg behaves for 85 to 90% of the movie like a man with brain damage. And then occasionally one of his friends or his half brother will do something, and he will then be the guy who's got it together and is like, "Why are you behaving weird?" What do you
Because you said one line would have been funny in another movie. That
would have
means
been funny in another movie? Yeah, the
that
line itself, the structure of the joke is sound. It's just delivered by a different person to a different other person in a different setting, in a different context, where all the characters make sense in an entirely different film. Those words strung together in that cadence might have made me chortle. But here, in this setting, it made me very angry.
I just like you saying in a different movie mean it would be good meant that you loved this movie.
No,
Sean should have just done this review.
Sean,
with you.
no, I did not laugh at him pretending to know how to use a hammer in his garage. I did not laugh at that. I didn't.
This would be a great series for you and Sean to do, but he would have to give you health insurance.
No,
That's the problem.
no, I can't. No, I can't. I need to do it with somebody who can just be a sounding board for my inconsolable rage. I can't be like having an argument with a guy who's pretending to like the movie more than he does to get under my skin. I can't do that.
I gotta.
You know what I mean?
I don't mean to brag. I'm a pretty good sounding board for rage these days.
You're the best I've ever met. I don't know if I'm missing anything, but really, what can you possibly miss?
We just started the movie and we're almost an hour into this review. It's okay. If
right,
we
well,
gloss over
because
some-
we had the guest star who came in at the beginning to talk about other terrible movies he's gonna subject me to. Okay, so
Don't act like it's an option. What is wrong with you?
eventually I'm gonna work it into my contract where if he does this, I get to charge him triple. Like that's it.
Triple overtime.
How bad do you want it? Because I'm getting paid triple for the next one of these.
I don't know, man. He threw out Freddy Got Fingered. That's at least 5 times pay.
We might have to do a sliding scale. Okay? So
This is so good.
yeah.
It was the Travis Scott run-in we got from SRS. Anyway, as we were.
He they get all of the people in the pool to get out of the pool.
Yes.
And that's supposed to be some kind of comedy getting people out of the pool. And there's one fella who's, I guess, the same age as all of them, whose name is Richardson, and he's a huge fan of Andy Samberg's of Hot Rod and stunting, and he just wants to be part of the crew. But to get out of here, we don't want you to be here. You know what I mean? Like, and that's supposed to be funny that they bully this guy who just wants to be their friend.
I want to know why there's a crew and neither Leo Rush or Action Andretti are in this movie.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's it's he tries to go off the ramp and just falls into the pool. Like,
does not go well for him. No,
it would be, this would be funnier if it was the first time we saw him do a stunt, but because we know a less possible, or I say a more possible, less impressive stunt he failed miserably 15 minutes prior, we know for a fact that the pool jump is going to go as badly as it does, which is that he goes off the ramp and straight down into the pool.
Well, did they double check this ramp? Because last time you could blame it on the ramp. You know what I mean?
Right. I don't know. But if we had spent the first 15 minutes with him like pretending to be the stunt guy, but like doing a good job of pretending to be the stunt guy, and it looked like maybe his crew might have been competent. Not that they wouldn't be, you know, quirky, but they might be know what the fuck they're doing.
Sure.
And then there was this big buildup to him doing the stunt. I'm gonna jump the pool. And the first time we ever see him attempt a stunt, it goes like this. That might be funny. But you immediately gave us our expectations that he's going to fail every jump from the very beginning. And so we can't have our expectations shattered, you know, for comedy, because we just don't ever, because the movie doesn't movie doesn't care to want to do that. The movie doesn't care to want to, here are the rules, now we're going to break them, and that's comedy. Like, they don't ever care to do that with the movie.
Yeah, that kind of stuff isn't for, like, those things aren't for me either. Like, I'm not like a jackass gal. I'm not just like a harmful thing happened to a person. Mm-hmm. So all that kind of stuff was like more lost on me.
Right. So everyone got to laugh at him, and he was very sad about being made to look a fool in front of also Isla Fisher. I don't remember what happened after this. I think the next major thing that happens is that she comes by his garage while he's wearing a Hulkamania shirt, and
wrestling connection.
That's the only wrestling connection. That and Bill Hader at some point wears a Stone Cold Steve Austin shirt. But he's again doesn't know how to use a hammer,
Correct.
and that is comedy.
No,
Um,
that I laughed at.
and I he comes over and he says, "I know why you're here. You want to join my crew." And then he like again, this is the guy who alternately has the lowest possible opinion of himself and also this crazy false bravado. And I can't tell which is the authentic version of him. You know what I mean? Like which is the normal thing? Like does he know he's full of shit while he's talking up how great he is at stunting?
It's like if
Is he
MJF was a stunt man.
or is he delusional? You know what I mean? Like I honestly can't tell because he spends like parts of the film where he seems to honestly have brain damage. Or is he like a guy who knows he sucks but is trying to seem cool for the girl he had a crush on since he was 15?
That one.
Like okay, but it's that one, like you bringing her into your inner circle of friends, like if you know how bad you are at this, you wouldn't want her to see that up close.
Oh, Alex. As somebody who has had many people simp over them. They just want to spend time with girls.
Okay.
Hot girl, they just want to spend time with you. They're pathetic over it.
Okay. I guess congratulations to me on never having been a simp, because like
congratulations to you and your sense of self.
If there was something I was really terrible at, but insisted on doing, but knew how bad I was at it, I wouldn't want anyone to see me do it. I have too much self-respect for that.
No, but I think he does have this like any day now aspect of it, right? Like this. Oh, I was so close on that last one. Like that's how I feel like his character is. He thinks like, man, the next one's gonna be it.
And I would agree with you if not for the scene immediately after having failed the jump.
Yeah, that is because one thing about this movie.
He sincerely seems to know how much of a fuck up he is, and he's never going to get better at this. And he just wants to crawl into a hole and die. But the guy that you're describing, and the guy that he is for most of the movie, is like, yeah, you know what? If we had an extra half crank on the torque on the back axle, then that totally would have worked. So we need to get back into the lab, fellas, and give me a little extra torque on the back axle, and then we're totally going to nail it next time. And that guy is a different guy than the other guy.
It would be helped if because that was one thing where I was like, even as a casual, okay, even as a rube,
right?
I was like, the challenges keep escalating, and he has successfully stuck 0 of them. And I understand that like the fundraising aspect comes into this. But I was like, they should have showed him, like, maybe he can land it if nobody's watching. He nails these perfectly. Like, something like that, where I could buy into it a little bit more instead of just, like, these stunts get more challenging.
Right.
And he has been successful 0 times.
It should surprise no one that the Wikipedia article for this has, like, a 900 1,200 word synopsis of this movie.
Alex's is 8.
Oh, that's right. Immediately after this, he returns home because Kevin didn't show up at the pool. His younger half brother didn't show up at the pool. Where is he? If he's not here, we don't have the team manager. But he returns home to find out that his stepdad is dying of heart failure. And doesn't have much time left, and he needs a transplant, but we can't afford it. We need $50,000, a very nice, neat sum that I'm glad the movie actually tried to make fun of by the end of the movie. I need you to survive so I can kick your ass. So I can't let you die he can't process his feelings about how much he hates his stepdad and needs his respect and loves him and doesn't want him to die, right? So this is the parody part of the movie. They are parodying a specific scene in the movie Footloose, where Kevin Bacon is so frustrated by this Bible thumping preacher who runs this town not allowing people to dance that he goes into a dilapidated barn and dances all his anger out. And so that is what this scene is parodying, when he goes into the woods and he punch dances to some butt rock song from the 80s. Then he falls down a very steep hill, and the hill keeps going. And at some point, I'm assuming this was supposed to become funny, him rolling down the hill. Oh my God, he's still rolling down the hill. Wow, you'd think that the next time he falls, he'll finally come to a stop, but he just doesn't. He just keeps falling. Think of how funny this will be when this one guy specifically, like 18 years from now, watches this movie. Think of how funny he will think this is when his boss forces him to watch this movie. Think of how funny he will think this is when Andy Samberg rolls down a hill for a long time. But I didn't think it was funny.
That was, I mean, congrats to them on the psychic nature of their thinking there, because the fact that anybody would be forced to watch this movie by their boss seemed like an unlikelihood, but one that they nailed. I always laugh at things that just stay too long.
Mm-hmm.
I am one of those people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it popped me.
Right. What? Anyway, so this is where he has the idea that he needs to jump 15 school buses. And they will raise money to pay for Frank's surgery by charging people to come and watch him jump over 15 school buses.
Correct.
And anybody in his team could have been the voice of reason. That would have been a really fun thing for a guy like Danny McBride to be.
Yeah.
Because it would be against type. It's like, whoa. You couldn't jump over one VW bus last week. And honestly, mea culpa, I was the one who built the ramp, and it was not in tip-top shape. But I don't think I can build a ramp that's good enough for you to jump over 15 school buses. Maybe we should rethink this. Maybe you should practice jumping over 2 or 3 to get your bearings. And then Andy Samberg shouts that down. Like, no. Did Evel Knievel practice before jumping over the Snake River Canyon? No, he nailed it on his first try. Didn't even consider it, or something dumb like that, right? At
Sure.
least you would have established characters and what their role is within the group, and they didn't really do that. So this is when Denise is brought after she agrees to join his crew. This is where he says, everybody introduce yourself and say something about you. And this is where it's like, okay, this feels like it's an unused bit from a really bad SNL sketch that either got cut in dress rehearsal or like plays in the last sketch before everyone says goodbye. You know how they save the worst sketch for that sketch of the episode? That's what this feels like, where everybody decides that they all do the same thing, and that's frustrating to the guy who wants to lead an icebreaker. Like there's really nothing to it. But
yeah, there's nothing to it if you don't like to party.
My name is Rod, and I like to party. Dave, why don't you introduce yourself? I'm Dave, and I like to party. No, you don't. you can't party. I'm the only one who parties. You pick something else because we're too similar. And then Rico, Danny McBride, says, I like to party. And then Kevin, the younger 12-year-old brother, says, I like to party. And says, Kevin, I know for a fact that you don't party. And this goes on for, I think, an hour. That's how long this scene felt to me when I was watching it. It felt like it was going on for an hour. Like 1/3 of SmackDown was just this scene.
Still better than a lot of SmackDown hours, I will say.
It's either this or John Cena yelling at a kid in Brussels. I don't know which one,
I mean,
you know.
That's a toss-up. No, I it's not funny when you summarize it, but I thought it was funny.
What's funny about it?
That I can't tell you.
Okay. So if Dave and Rico both know that this is going to piss off Andy Samberg, Rod, because they both know he's got the hots for Denise, you know, and that this will embarrass him, and they're just kind of, you know, ribbing their friend. That could be used as comedy. You know what I mean? But he gets way too angry at them for all partying. Like, what did he want them to say?
Part of his crush. You underestimate how stupid guys are when they have crushes on girls.
I mean, once upon a time I did, but like, if I know it wouldn't have looked good to my crush if I got irrationally angry at my two friends and my younger half brother for all agreeing that they all, like me, enjoy partying.
Yeah, but that was supposed to be his thing.
You know,
It was a
like,
dumb bet. I liked it.
That's why, like, again, like the some of the bits are just fine. They don't need a context or a story. If they were part of a smaller thing, a sketch on SNL that lasted 5 minutes, yeah, I agree with you, because those things don't need the actual rules set up. Or if they do, they're incredibly quick and they're given to us in the first 10 seconds of the skit, and then we move on from them. We don't know who any of these people are, what the relationship is to each other, why they are behaving this way. And so there's nothing that comes out of them behaving differently than they normally would. Like, comedy is about breaking expectations. It's about meeting them, and then breaking them. What expectation is broken here if we don't know what to expect from any of these people?
I mean, there's just very little Bill Hader can do that's not funny to me.
I thought all of his line readings were sound. It felt like he had an honest connection to his character that nobody else did in the film.
He's just one of my favorites.
I just feel like I'm watching Danny McBride play the Eastbound Down guy. You know what I mean? Like, nothing about Danny McBride is ever different than Danny McBride. I haven't watched Righteous Gemstones yet. Don't yell at me in the comments. Like,
everyone yell at Alex in the comments for not watching Righteous Gemstones.
I specifically asked them not to, Kate. Don't egg them on.
Did you watch Uncut Gems?
He's the same guy in a whole bunch of stuff, but it's Uncut Gems has no bearing on this or anything else that we're talking about. So I just want to, like...
Okay, but I have ADD and the word gem was in it.
I understand. No, I get it. No, I'm not going to talk about it now. Like, so your ADD is allows you to break in with silly little comments to mine, but then my ADD is triggered and I forget what the fuck I was talking about. Okay.
Sometimes he just doesn't have the heart, you know.
So anyway, he's doing Danny McBride stuff. So he's Danny McBride. But Bill Hader seems to, like, there's some heart there, and he's really trying to make something of the character, like, this is my role within here. This is my specific relationship with Rod that Rico doesn't have. Like, he's trying to do that, but it would work in a different movie. This movie doesn't reward that because that's not what the movie is.
I will say, I didn't know if this was just me being a Bill Hader stan or me like actually liking the character, but I wanted more out of him. Like, I'm glad that he had like the hospital thing because it allowed like a moment of sincerity.
Bill Hader is a really good actor who's also a really good comedian.
Yes.
That is not true of anybody else involved in this. You know what I mean?
I mean, I can't say I've seen any of them, and like I haven't seen a serious Andy Samberg film, so I can't make that jump.
I can say that I have seen Bill Hader play comedic roles where I also know he's a good actor.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You can tell he's actually playing a role as opposed to just doing a bit.
Sure. Yes,
you know,
that I agree with.
And again, this is not me denigrating bits. We have a lot of bits on our show, but there's different.
Don't go around killing bits. We're out of a job, my friend.
So, like, this is the thing is like, anyway, he's very angry at them for say that they party. That he has a whole plan for they need to raise $5,000 to be able to pay for the stuff they will need to build the ramp and do the flyers for the big jump. So first they need to raise $5,000, an amount of money they do not have and have never had access to because none of them work except for Bill Hader works at the bowling alley. This is the montage where Eddie Samberg tells all of them the plan for how to get everything together. And at one point in the middle of it, Bill Hader's like, I'm sorry, I got to go to work. And then it cuts to them at work with Bill Hader continuing the plan. And again, if this were a different movie, it would be funny. But it's not because it's in this movie. You know? So.
I just appreciate a good bit.
Mm-hmm. I mean, okay. He does parties, but at one point he also is practicing for a party or a stunt or something where he holds his breath for a long time in a wading pool, like an above ground pool. They hold his face underwater.
He's trying to condition himself because he needs to be in top physical shape for this stunt.
All right, so holding his breath is very important when you're riding a bike over school buses.
Yes.
So they hold him down while he is thrashing. Like, can you hold your breath for a minute? And 10 seconds, he starts thrashing around, but then they keep holding him down, and then he drowns. But then Isla Fisher gives him mouth to mouth. And
he drowns because he says, I'm gonna start resisting. That's just what happens with the human body. But just hold me down. If anything goes wrong, I'm able to ring this bell. But then the string comes loose from the bell.
Oh, right. He tries to ring the bell immediately, like 9 seconds in, and the bell doesn't work. But they don't realize that he was trying to ring the bell because they're also idiots and they also have brain damage. And so they drown him. And then Isla Fisher gives him mouth to mouth. And then he comes to and says, "You saved my life," or whatever. And she goes, "I'm gonna just puke off me," because when he woke up, he spit a whole bunch of water at her. And then he asks Kevin, who was videoing the whole thing, "Did it look like we were making out?" And said, "Yeah, I think so." And he says, "Sweet," because comedy. So they do. He has a washing machine suspended by a crane swing at him like it's a wrecking ball, and throw off of it. And then
even Rocky had a montage.
This is one of them. He also gets locked inside a safe and put in the swimming pool. They pull him out, but they can't find the key. They don't know the combination. I guess this is also comedy. And this is all. We also are figuring out that this is where we also know that Denise, he's going to tell her something. Oh, this is also where they do the stupid what thing, where his safe word is whiskey, but he pronounces it whiskey.
Whiskey.
Again, this is a part of a 5-minute sketch. Fine, but as part of this, it doesn't make any fucking sense, because I mean the joke should be that a safe word while doing a luge by yourself doesn't mean anything, because you can shout it to the rooftops, but nobody else can stop the luge you're on. That's the joke. The joke, then you adding that he pronounces whiskey wrong is dumb. It's a dumb thing. And so this is where he crashes into the side of an RV parked in a man's driveway, and smashes up the RV. And then that guy comes out very angry because his RV got smashed, and Danny McBride beats the hell out of him. First with his fists and then with a traffic cone, which was nearby, I suppose. And this is where he loudly proclaims about his penchant for green tea, at least during that particular day. And that's it. And that's comedy.
I feel like your takeaway was kind of weird from all of this.
Again, there's no H in it, so it can't.
That's why he's saying it weird.
But
there's a lot of things in here that I liked that Alex doesn't like, because they're Family Guy jokes in a framework of a movie.
When Stewie does it, the only words he pronounces with the H are ones that have H in it. Cool Whip. When then they have a whole thing about it. And every time there's a word that Stewie says that doesn't have the H after the W, he pronounces it regular. There are rules to the comedy.
Yeah, but he's saying he's pronouncing it weird. So putting an H in it would be weird.
Also, thank you, Al Shock of Ages. The very crux of the entire show, Family Guy, is that Stewie is a baby. Originally, he was a supervillain who wanted to take over the world. They got away from that in later seasons. But he's a baby who can talk to a dog, who can also talk, who walks around on 2 legs. The entire premises of the show is absurdist, so therefore gags like this can be inserted into it and it not break the rules, because the rules are that it is an absurdist animated comedy. That's not what this is.
Well, I just know that Sean wants to know your opinions on the rules of Freddy Got Fingered, but we'll try to shield you from that.
Honestly, if it establishes rules and then follows.
Don't give him leeway. You're gonna have to watch it.
No, I want to let him know this. If it establishes rules and then follows those rules until it intentionally breaks them to shatter our expectations, therefore making it a comedy, it will have a leg up on this movie, which does none of those things. This is not me agreeing to watch it. I just want to make sure.
Reviewing it with you when you get roped into watching this.
No, I won't do it. $1,000. Sean, $1,000.
Okay, well, for $1,000, I'm back up. Let's be honest.
All right, $1,000. I'll do Freddy Got Fingered for $1,000.
Is that a hard line, or is that a negotiating point? Because I'll do it for $800.
You do whatever you want. I need a cool G while I'm watching minute 1. I
got rent to pay, brother. Every man's got a price. That's right, Punk.
Okay. So We also find out that Denise has a boyfriend. He's about to tell her that this is where all the guys, Dave, Rico, Kevin, are doing funny dances in a 7-Eleven parking lot with the door of, I'm assuming, Rico's van, because he's a guy who would drive a van like that, wide open, and the stereo bumping Two of Hearts from 1989 or wherever the fuck that song came out.
I will take nothing away from the soundtrack of this movie.
And so this is when he decides to get very tender and serious and sincere with Denise and ask her if she would like to be his girlfriend. And that's where Will Arnett shows up, who is obviously her boyfriend. And then then she's like, "Oh, before I leave, what was it you wanted to ask me?" And then he asks her, "Who do you think would win in a fight, a grilled cheese sandwich or a taco?" And then she says, "Is that really what you wanted to ask me?" And he says, "Yes." And then she doesn't even think about it. Grilled cheese, regular, but a taco if it was in prison. And he says, "Wow, that's racist, but correct." And again, in a different movie. Funny. Not in this movie. Two of Hearts was released in the spring of 1986, peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. Never would have guessed it went that high. I would have thought 20 tops. Like I know the song, but it wasn't like songs that make it to number 3 usually get crazy airtime. And I feel like I did not. Yeah. Anyway. So so he's of course crestfallen that Will Arnett, who is a giant douche, and plays that part over the top for comedy. That she's dating him, but he immediately tries to get over it. So he asks out the girl who works at the Tasty Freeze.
Yes.
Karen, I think, whatever. And apparently he says that she said yes. We don't see her saying yes. So that might be a lie. Right? It could be. We don't know. We never see her again, I don't think, in the rest of the movie. So like he says she said yes, right? And he says it in front of Isla Fisher, which could be him trying to make her jealous because she immediately says, "Wow, she's really pretty." Yeah, I know. I mean, it's just, she's a girl, whatever. And then he's like, "Why don't we go on a double date with, you and your beau?" She's like, "Yeah, that'd be great." So does he do that knowing the girl is never going to show up? Or does she stand him up? And if it's that one, we needed a scene where he shows up back up at the Tasty Freeze and says, "What happened? What gives, Karen? Like, why did you stand me up?" We never got that scene. But again,
he doesn't really care about her anyway, though.
But she made him look like a complete and total dweeb in front of. Also, because not only are you trying to make the girl that you have a crush on still think that you're, make her jealous, but you also want the boyfriend of the girl you have a crush on to look across the table at your main squeeze and go like, "Wow, she's really hot. How did this guy get that?" That's the thing that he's trying to do. So the whole thing, Karen standing him up, ruins the whole thing, his whole plan. But we never see him even talk to her about it again. Like,
yeah.
But again, this is a movie that doesn't give a shit about that, which is why I hate it.
You understand? Yeah, I don't know if I need him to follow up with someone he didn't actually care about.
But the movie needs him to. Whether or not you need him to, the movie does. Because it is a loop that needs closing, in a story that is being told? Because it is a question. It's a question that needs to be asked. Did he not actually get a yes from Karen and set this whole thing up knowing it was going to fail? Or did she stand him up? And if so, why?
Well, she like half-heartedly says yes.
We don't
Right.
know. We didn't see it. He asked her out. She didn't say yes. We never saw it.
Doesn't she like half-heartedly agree?
I'm pretty sure, because I immediately took note of this, because I am me. He says, would you want like blah 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 and then he's talking to her. I don't even know if the date even comes up, but then it's smash cut to them all around the table outside the Tasty Freeze, and Kevin, I think, says, "Wow, she said yes." No, it's Dave who says that, because Dave actually has the hots for Karen.
Yes.
And so
we saw him trying to woo her earlier because he's
right.
calling himself Valken or something.
Right. Why'd you call yourself Voltron? Maybe because it's awesome.
That's right.
All of these, sometimes, so many of these characters feel like they're taken out of Napoleon Dynamite.
I'll give you that.
Where the movie allows it to be, because, again, they spend a very good amount of time at the beginning of the movie telling you exactly who these characters are, setting up expectations, waiting for them to be broken. Napoleon Dynamite is a fantastic, dumb movie. It is so clever in its dumbness. And because it sets up all the characters, you know exactly who these guys are after 10 minutes. And you can figure out what. So all these people doing that kind of thing, that's the, like, again, if you're going to tell me that Hot Rods is a classic dumb comedy, then I'm going to measure it up against what I feel like is a classic dumb comedy, which is Napoleon Dynamite.
I wouldn't call Napoleon Dynamite a dumb movie.
But it is an incredibly dumb movie on purpose in a clever way.
That's fair.
And it follows rules. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing to me is, I'm sorry to be the guy who does this, but you know what about rules. You're a big fan of rules.
I love rules.
Yeah.
Rope breaks.
Yeah. Cito Gato says Napoleon Dynamite came out 3/4 of that checks. There you go. Stay stealing it up. And yes, this is Napoleon Dynamite has tons of heart. The whole thing is just a giant beating heart. That's what that movie was. This movie, no heart. This movie, heartless compared to the other movie, Napoleon Dynamite.
Now that we know Sean is still here, are you going to pay us $1,000 each to watch Freddy Got Fingered? Because I thought maybe you signed off, and now that you're here, I would like to know if you're going to pay us $1,000 a piece to watch Freddy Got Fingered.
It's my price.
He named a price.
I named him.
I'm willing to negotiate to no less than half. No, but we should do it for the experience and exposure. Finally, some time in front of the Fightful select patrons here.
Yeah.
And I don't have enough reps under my belt, and you definitely don't. People are saying 1,000's not enough.
There we go. So here's one point he gets blown up while standing on a platform above like a corporate retreat.
Yes.
Just all this is very dumb. This is how he does.
For some reason got me.
This is why he this is how he's trying to raise money. Okay, but they're still pretty shy of being able to make the amount of money they would need to start to actually put on the $50,000 thing that they want to do. So he is walking through his house and notices that his half brother Kevin, 12-year-old, is working on something in his bedroom on his computer. He's just editing some footage. Wait, Is this where they do the cool beans thing?
Yes.
Can we spend some time talking about the cool beans thing?
Sure.
What's the cool beans thing? Explain it. Explain it. Like, because I don't, because all I see is cool beans, and it's just it's a guy and another guy playing half brothers, saying cool beans to each other, but then like weirdly mixed at some point. We're like cool beans, cool beans, cool beans, cool beans, cool beans. Nowhere else in this movie does that exist.
No.
What is that? Like,
Cool beans, Alex.
it's so you like two brothers who maybe are having a bit of a tiff among each other, and they talk it out and they say cool beans. The other guy says cool beans back. That's the end of the scene. But then they decided to make it into the cool beans, and I don't understand what that is supposed to do.
You know, it's funny that Alex would hate a brand that is clearly just them popping themselves, because that is largely what we do.
But
yeah, no, they were just high and they thought it was funny. That's what I think. But
okay.
It worked.
It worked on you.
It did work on me. If you do something that's so out of place, that works on me.
I just don't understand, like, in what universe they exist.
I think the problem is you're trying to make sense of something incredibly stupid.
No, because I'm sorry, this is a movie that takes place in the real world. It takes place in the real world, and when does that how does that happen in the real world? Like, it's not an alternate dimension where people can just decide they have fucking mixing boards in their throats. What the fuck is this?
I mean, maybe they were the first. Did you ever think of that?
Yeah, when you need to establish the world your movie exists in, and then things that can happen within that world. And this thing can't happen within the world that they created.
Yeah, but it's cool beans.
Okay. Anyway, I edited a bunch of your footage together. And Rod says how cool the video is.
Heart.
And yeah, he releases the movie using the footage. We're going to do a stuntman film, and we're going to sell tickets to the screening. And I guess $5 a piece. They sell out the high school auditorium to show this edited together footage of him doing stunts. But the much like Sean Ross Sapp, the studio audience there is under the impression this is a comedy, and so they start laughing at it. But he doesn't like being laughed at. It's the one thing about him that is fairly consistent, is that he got laughed at after he did the pool stunt, and then laughed at here, and hates being laughed at. And they sold enough tickets to almost pay to start the actual stunt show. So he gets so enraged by everyone laughing at him that he runs up to the projectionists booth and yanks out the projector out of the wall and throws it out of the window, and it lands on the projectionist's car. And then we see him almost being arrested for this vandalism, unless he forks over all of the money they have raised to pay for the damages to the projector and the projectionist's car. So they are now back to square one. This is what is called the dark night of the soul in screenwriting. This is the lowest point for the characters, and a point that they feel like they're never going to be able to climb back out of.
You know who else was not laughing?
Because
even his friends and family were laughing. Because they thought it was an intentional thing.
Yeah, Sissy Spacek, who plays his mom.
Yes.
Who loves him very much, thought this was an intentional comedy.
Isla Fisher didn't, though.
No, she knew.
She knew.
She knew for
But she's
sure.
all sweet on him too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So he goes home, and this is the time that his mother reveals that his biological father was not actually a stuntman. That's why he's been doing this, and also his biological father has a mustache the one photo he has of his biological father, where he took a picture next to Evil Knievel, and he tells everybody that his father used to like do all the practice for Evil Knievel stunts to make sure they were safe. He would do them first. And he never got the glory. He was just an anonymous stuntman. So I wanted to like live up to his legacy. But he has a big, glorious mustache, 1970s mustache, and Andy Samberg, because he has a hormone deficiency, cannot grow a mustache. So that's why he wears a fake one whenever he does stunts. Okay.
So he found out everything he was trying to be. Like the connection to his dad is now fraudulent.
Right. So Sissy Spacek tells him he was just a grocery store clerk or something.
Cashier.
Like a cashier. That's what that's and it didn't and Evil Knievel was taking pictures with everybody when he came to town that day. And that's it. So he's humiliated, and so he quits the team. And he just becomes like a regular guy, I guess. Where does he go? He goes and buys a whole bunch of liquor.
He has like a suit jacket on and a tie, and he's walking around, and he just says, I was never a stunt guy. I'm a normal guy now.
Right. But he goes to the store and he buys a shopping cart full of hard alcohol. And presumably because he's going to become an alcoholic now, I suppose. They can't seem to get through to him. Dave, in fact, starts crying about it. And then he walks out into traffic and gets hit by a van. I guess it's
a rough day at the office, man.
It was, yeah. So this is where he receives a phone call in the middle of the night while still wearing his suit and tie, by the way. That's why he slept in.
He does also say like that the crew is dead at this point, right? Like there's
right. No, there's no crew because there's no stuntman.
Right.
Yeah.
Better to be alone anyway, man.
Yeah, no, Rico cries too. Rico says, there's water leaking from my eye holes or something, mainly, whatever. So the crew's dead, but he gets a call in the middle of the night from Dave, from Bill Hader. And the way they shot the phone call, I don't know if you did, but I immediately go, there's something wrong with the right side of his face. Because they show him entirely in profile. And he says, Hey Rod, how's it going? I was wondering if you wanted to hang out, maybe drive me to the hospital, something like that. It's fine, whatever. But if you could give me a ride to the hospital, that'd be sweet. It's Bill Hader doing honest, good stuff, like playing with the cadence, the style of the guy trying to be casual when he's not actually casual.
It's probably preventative.
Yeah. Really good stuff. But he agrees to drive him in a minivan. And this is where
one of the top 10 nicest things anyone's ever done for me, man.
And he gets into the car, and then he at one point turns to face Andy Samberg, and we see that he's got like a shard of metal embedded in his eyebrow.
Yeah.
And
Way more loaded than El Grande Americano's tinfoil.
yes,
Okay. That is
yeah. That's a foreign object, and so he explains that his coworker at the bowling alley gave him some acid, which he tried, and then he had a bad trip, and then after that he decided he was going to work on his metal scraping machine. I don't know what the fuck it was, and it exploded into his face, and so now I got to go to the hospital. And then he is the guy this is the character who eventually tells our hero that he's got to go for it, man. You know what I mean? Maybe you have been looking at this all the wrong way. He's the character who's the there's a friggin' Joseph Campbell term for this that's almost like the unexpected philosopher or something. The guy who you would not expect to give you the life advice that changes your life is the one that gives it to you.
Oh yeah.
That's a thing in movies. It goes back 100 years or whatever the guy wrote about it. But it's that character. He does that well. They do it when they're in at the emergency room. He tells him maybe that you should be a stuntman guy after all. I don't know. Whatever the words are, they don't matter. He gets out of the thing and he points at the trash can and says hospital. And then Andy Samberg goes trash can. Oh, thanks. And then he points at the thing and he goes through there. And he goes through into the emergency room where presumably he gets the thing taken out of his face.
Alex, I have some great news.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna pay us $1,000.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
But I would legitimately
news then.
I would legitimately enjoy you two reviewing Freddy Got Fingered.
I'm sure you would. Now, I'm sure you would enjoy it. I would enjoy having $1,000. Like there's an accord we can come to here, but that's fine. Whatever.
I am not going to pay you more than a movie grossed. I'm sorry.
I'll take 800.
This is now officially the longest hot rod video review on YouTube. And let me tell you, there are numerous Indian gentlemen who just read the liner notes and like the fun facts and try to stretch theirs to 2 hours.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Your paywalled version has many more views than them.
Well, we tried. We aimed to please, I guess.
But yeah, I was looking at the clock. I was testing it. There was one that went 1:51. However, they also reviewed Hot Fuzz on that video show. So
they just reviewing hot
and
movies?
Also some like it hot from the 50s. Like, no, you can't.
I mean, they could have went Wet Hot American Summer. That would have made a lot more sense if you're doing a triple feature.
Hot Fuzz and Hot Rod.
I guess that's their Barbenheimer or something. I don't know. But congratulations. I know that this was an important achievement for you two.
Yeah, very
and
much.
I just wanted to say that I, for one, appreciate that you guys have now officially put more thought into this movie than the people who made the movie.
It's kind of my thing.
I love it. I'll hang up and listen.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Sean. I don't know how to tell him, but like we didn't actually start the review part until he was like, "What about this movie?" for like a half hour. So I don't know if that counts, but we'll take the win.
We still have time. We still have things to talk about.
That's true.
So anyway, that's when he goes to Kevin and they do the cool beans thing, and after the cool beans, this is where the cool beans things happen. And this is where Kevin gets to tell him that I uploaded it to YouTube, but it's got hundreds of thousands of views and everyone's talking about it. So many comments about how hilarious this is. And then that's not all. I got a phone call from KNER, the AM radio station.
Sorry. The whole Chris Parnell thing I flat out liked.
And then Chris Parnell, who's the radio DJ, They have
AM radio.
agreed. Yes, they have agreed to sponsor the entire thing, and they've also agreed that all the money that it makes, they will give to charity. Which feels like a crazy amount. Like, we'll split the proceeds with you that go to charity. Like, that seems like that's a very unwise move by the people who
now
run the
you're just
budget.
you're being a bad critic, because the value for Chris Parnell is this is going to be the thing that puts AM radio on the map. He's playing the long game here. This money is chump change compared to what this is going to do for
so when he
AM
says,
radio.
we spent the last amount of money we had in our coffers to put this on, and out of this we are getting nothing, then you can't play the long game, because your radio station ceases to exist the day after this stunt jump.
I'm not saying it worked.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying Chris Parnell is thinking the way to revive AM radio is with a largely visual stunt being broadcast exclusively over AM radio. It was a Dutch Vanderlyn plan.
Right. Yeah.
AM radio does have heart. Thank you, Sean.
So he gets his friends all back together to reforms the crew, except for Denise, because he calls Denise, and her Will Arnett hangs up and doesn't actually give her the message.
So he calls Will Arnett, and he's like, "Yeah, no, I'm writing it down, man." And then on the other side of the phone, he was like, "Are you writing it down, or are you just waving your hand in the shape of a pen?" He's like, "No, I'm going to tell her." And then he maniacally says, "Wrong number," when she asks who called.
Right.
I love a maniacal Will Arnett. That's why I know.
Mm-hmm.
The voice of Lego Batman, which is a fantastic movie. Just so you guys
much better fucking movie than this thing is that
Lego
movie.
Batman is legit a good movie. I will stand on that. That movie's really good.
It's way better than this, I'll tell you that. So this is it is the day of the event, y'all. And his friends give him this amazing, way more extensive type of stuntman suit that he is used to, with a cape and everything.
Very Evil Knievelly.
And then Rico gives him a rock. What the fuck was the rock? I missed I did not rewind. What the fuck was the rock supposed to be?
Stupid. So he's like, think of it when you're up there or whatever. He wants him to take it up there and then throw it, I think, while he's up there. And he's just kind of like, thanks, man.
Again, which of these characters has brain damage? Because if it's both, that's fine, but they cannot switch between them. Rico has a different brain damage than Rico has a kind of brain damage that allows a different brain damage guy to like be like, wow, you're weird, in a really sarcastic way. This is one of those, someone's like, Andy Samberg should be either like, wow, that is so cool, because he is the type of guy who would think it was cool, or consistently he would be a guy who realizes how dumb that is the entire movie. But he's not. There's no consistency. Consistency is all we ask from wrestling and movies.
He has such heart, is what it is. That he appreciates the gift.
Stop saying heart.
I'm gonna sing heart to you.
I know. Oh man,
I love heart so much.
I'd watch that. I mean, give me.
I get you alone.
I would rather have my heart eaten out of my chest by a barracuda. So, like, are we okay? I'm done with this friggin' movie and the heart it had. So
I'm back. I just want to point something out. I just want to point something out.
I don't know if there's ever been a 3 SRS run-in show that I've done in my entire time here, but go on.
It's Bloodline era, baby. Anyway,
I love it.
the scene in front of the mini mart, right, where they're dancing by the van.
Yes.
What song was playing, Alex?
2 of Hearts.
You're goddamn right.
Yeah.
Hearts.
We
Lots of them.
mentioned that.
I know.
Yep, we are.
Okay, just making sure
I've
know.
Listen, I do work occasionally. Occasionally.
I thought maybe you had gone to the
like I was sorting through a possible series of stories that Corey has. It could be somewhat substantial for Fightful Select. You know, the thing that does pay for your little hobby that you all begged me to do here.
Whoa!
What?
This was a commanded review by you.
What?
On demand, we did this for you. We didn't voluntarily.
I got to be honest. Like, this has far exceeded expectations.
That's both good and bad.
I mean, this is. I'm just saying, chat. We should crowdfund Freddy Got Fingered. Because I watched it and I simultaneously thought it was the most ridiculous and perhaps somehow one of the most genius things I had ever seen.
But you think R-Truth is a genius and Alex would rather die. So
no, his character is a genius, not the comedy behind it is a genius.
Sure, I'm just saying perhaps you two have different definitions of what genius.
I mean, I think the character manipulates the rest of the much dumber WWE roster into getting himself TV time well into his 50s, getting himself a Saturday night's main event, getting himself title matches, getting himself tag team title wins at WrestleMania. That's what I think within the context of the character.
Freedom cost $1.05.
Freddy Fingered cost 1,000 of you $1.05.
Freddy Fingered.
Freddy Got Fingered. Freddy Got Fingered. Whatever.
Freddy Fingered.
This is true. Y'all bought me a BattleBots arena in no time at all. This is a harder sell, but feasible.
Listen to some of these brilliant actors in Freddy Got Fingered, besides Tom Green. Oh, Alex, I hate to tell you this, buddy. Pro Wrestling Connection. Shaq is in this movie. He plays a man named Shaquille.
Just because something is eligible doesn't mean we are obligated.
Rip Torn is in this movie, which
I know. I can never understand why.
Well, I mean, phenomenal name, by the way. I was really
just
it was a nickname, but
it's a
still,
nickname. It's a pseudonym. Yeah,
but also, we're not throwing an intergalactic kegger here is one of the greatest lines in movie history.
Yes,
for sure.
That's a pretty good impression over there.
Eddie K. Thomas, who is, of course, known as the best actor in all the American Pie movies.
Of course.
Drew Barrymore. John R. Taylor plays Farmer Number 1. I don't know who that guy is, but he's listed here in the credits. Harlan Williams of Half Baked fame. Julie Haggerty. She was good. She was really good. She was in Airplane and Airplane 2.
You know what this is? This is the unfrosted Pop-Tart of movie taste, is what this is.
Unfrosted Pop-Tarts are phenomenal. Like, icing only goes on things that should not be eaten without them, and I don't believe Pop-Tarts fall under that category.
Rules. Got rules. I can't argue with it.
But I'll tell you what I don't do. I don't beg to do a 2-hour review of frosted Pop-Tarts.
Excuse me. The only thing I ever begged to do cinematically was Little Big League.
Another 2-hour review about those Pop-Tarts getting fingered.
for money, for a very specific
Money, okay.
amount of money.
For a fee. For a fee, Sean.
Lots and lots of money. Oh, Jesus. Like, here's the thing. I want somebody on this site badly to review Freddy Got Fingered,
Uh-huh.
but I really don't want it to not include you guys.
Right. Again, yeah, sure.
I feel like I'd be doing
Mm-hmm.
it a disservice.
That's it, like
In
there are you have a lot of people who follow you on Twitter. I mean, at this point, you know, if a bunch of them, like if I don't know, half of them, contributed a nickel, I
Let's
think
see.
they'd figure it out. You know what I mean?
How much can we crowdfund to get Alex and
This will be fun.
Kate to review?
You know what's so good about this is people definitely aren't weird on the internet. So watching Freddy Got Fingered is a part of this.
I mean, look, I got to be honest with you. There are more normal things in that movie than a lot of the people that act very obsessive on the internet.
That's fair. That's fair.
Mhm.
Well, will you match it if they raise $500?
Match what to give to you guys? No.
Yeah, of course. Oh.
I mean, I know that you all will probably be a charitable cause once that movie is done, but still.
You'll be paying for my hospital bills.
You
Listen,
simply cannot
the
ask,
donation
blame me
that
for
I
asking.
send, the donation that I send to the National Alliance on Mental Illness will directly go to you guys.
Directly go to
after
me.
that.
We will be
Enormous.
needing their resources at NAMI for sure.
Oh my God. No bites on the crowdfunding yet, guys.
I'm
All right, well-
shocked.
We'll see. We'll see how it
Shocked.
goes.
I'm going to put it on Blue Sky. Maybe they are more open to Freddy and fingering. Congrats on being the first Hot Rod review to go over 2 hours.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's an honor.
Louise. I'm lucky to get 300 for a film review. Listen, we just had a sponsor end our relationship recently, so the margins are a little thinner. Margins are a little thinner.
That's fine. I don't want to watch it. How badly do you want me to watch it? I don't care where the money comes from. I need the $1,000 before I will watch and review this movie. That's all. I'm not demanding it. I'm not holding you hostage. If you don't give me the $1,000, then I just won't watch the movie. That's fine. I win either way. This is a win-win for me.
And see, it's not easy to approach a sponsor and say, so we're reviewing a movie called Freddy Got Fingered.
Great news. It's behind the paywall, so it has less of an audience.
Granted. And a guy is asking for about 5 times what our highest ad rate is to cover.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yep.
And he's got a co-host.
Yes. He also needs to get paid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Listen, it's almost the Christmas season, Alex.
It is May, sir. It is May.
It's almost the Memorial Day season, Alex. What better way to celebrate Memorial Day?
There's so many ways. First of all, Memorial Day, we are doing 2 wrestling reviews.
If I watch Freddy Got Fingered without getting $1,000, the memorial will be of me because I will have died.
Correct.
I could sit through it if I'm getting paid. If I'm just no.
Look at my hooves. It's so
No
stupid.
No,
It's such
I
a dumbass,
am
horrible movie.
A reasonable woman. I will take 800.
Oh my God.
Especially because Alex does the heavy lifting, really. So
I just, it's You got to set a floor that you are willing to go nowhere beneath for certain.
I do have some other possible suggestions. Have you ever watched? One being, do it for love of the game. But second,
no.
Have you ever seen How High? Because I would like to explain this premise to you before I go.
I have, but I want to see Sean explain the premise to Alex before he goes.
I've heard of it, but I don't remember. Is that the was that
Well,
the
Alex, get this.
Method Man and Red Man? Was that one?
Yes, get this, buddy. Method Man has a friend who falls asleep smoking weed with his dread extensions in. They catch fire. He falls out a window, dies, burns alive, gets hit by a bus, and dies. And in order to honor his friend, he had him cremated, which, I mean, I guess he had himself cremated in a way.
Right.
And mashes up the ashes in some of the soil of which he creates marijuana plants.
Right.
And he promised his friend he would make something of himself. So he goes and basically does the ACT, SATs, and smokes some of the weed. And as a result, his friend appears as a ghost when he's high on the weed and gives him all the answers.
Oh. That's got more of a plot than Hot Rod.
And I mean, I will say this. This movie indirectly is the reason that Punk'd from Ashton Kutcher exists. Because Method Man, Red Man, and many members of this cast had a pilot on MTV called Stung. And then they're like, great concept, but we're just going to get rid of Method Man and Red Man and add Ashton Kutcher to it. But there was a phenomenal skit where they gave Ludacris the worst beat of all time that they made on like a Casio keyboard.
Okay.
And then they're like, hey, can you add some frog sounds to this? And he did very well, actually.
Okay.
So, yeah. So this movie was responsible for Punk'd in a way. But my God. Yeah, I do have great MTV knowledge. I do. You know what was an MTV movie? Napoleon Dynamite.
It's true.
Heart.
Yeah.
Heart.
But not two of them.
Correct.
I mean, Napoleon, Kip, Pedro, and Deb, right? Deb. Yeah. That's 4 of Hearts right there.
Kind of is, honestly.
To say nothing of La Fonda.
Why do I love you? Why do I need you?
It's a great dumb movie. It's one of the
it's
the best dumb movie ever made. Uncle Rico. Of course, Uncle Rico, that's 5.
He could have won state.
And Grandma. Grandma's great. And Tina, the llama.
And Rex Kwando.
Oh. Yeah, that was a weird cameo by Dietrich Bader in that movie. It was a weird cameo. Spaceballs is a parody. That's a different kind of movie to me. Parodies,
it's not.
Parodies can be dumb, but not all parodies are dumb movies. A dumb movie is an original piece that is not lampooning something else. It is its own thing. In my view. Spaceballs is dumb, but it is also clever, but it's also a parody. It's also the same thing.
Parody's different.
Yeah.
Parody's different.
Yeah. Anyway, then also he was given like a motorbike that's rocket powered or something.
Yes.
It's super
also,
fast.
Sean is batting 1,000 for interruptions that come in right as we're trying to wrap up, by the way.
Yeah,
we're pretty close to the end of the movie.
Juice. I'm happy you're all right. Going through tornado stuff is the worst.
Especially after a leg injury, as this is Juice Robinson.
Well, that's right. That's right. Yeah. I'm
Sincerely.
glad everything is okay in your area because I'm seeing footage of apparently they're building the tops of St. Louis condos out of fucking paper mache. You see the video of the top floor of a St. Louis apartment building just goes floop, just completely gone.
Crazy.
Might have a lawsuit on the builder's hands there after that one.
Not great. Not a great situation.
Oh, I'm sure the best dumb movie stars the Marx Brothers. I mean, I'm sure that's the case. But
what I've learned so far is Hot Rod is not a great
100 years
movie.
ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anyway, so he gets a kiss from Denise, who is broken up with the boyfriend because she hears on the radio while he's inside. What was he getting? Something douchey. What was the thing he was buying at the store?
Oh, I don't remember. But he goes into the store and she stays in the car.
Yeah, he double parks and goes in the store to get a very douchey beverage, and then asks her if she wants anything, and she says no. She stays in the car, and on the radio she hears the AM station talking about, because she didn't know the jump was happening, so she leaves him when he says it doesn't matter. Who cares about those guys? And then she leaves, and then he says "babe" a lot.
He's like, no, but well, she leaves and he still has the car. So
she walks away and he says babe. He says babe, and then he says no,
babe,
and then he says no. He alternately says the word no and the word babe in a very loud voice for again an hour.
Yeah, no, staying in a bit too long is certainly for me. So no hate on that.
Yeah. So anyway, she ends up showing up there and giving him a kiss before he goes off the ramp. You know, I think he probably would have been successful in a lot of these jumps he attempts if he wasn't riding a moped.
Correct.
You know, because the motorbike actually makes you go much faster, which helps you get some more velocity, which helps the jumps go longer. So perhaps if we just went to the beginning of this movie and gave him a motorbike, he wouldn't have had to watch the movie. But
they had $0.
Yeah. They went and he jumps over all the buses, but he actually jumps too far because he hits a stage
and unattached from his bike.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we find out that he is not on the bike.
Correct.
Halfway through, he's just
he's like giving them a thumbs up in slow motion, and then you see everybody's expressions change. So like, no, this is turning bad in real time right now.
There was a clever little joke again, if it was in a different movie, where because the AM radio station bought the exclusive broadcast rights of this jump, which means no one will ever see it unless you were at the place.
Correct.
Which I guess is how you could sell the tickets, because you wouldn't be able to watch this on your couch at home. But a TV news thing is like, we'd love to bring you footage of this jump, but an AM radio station has exclusive broadcast rights. So then CC Spacek and Ian McShane tune to the channel. And listen to it. They listen to him jump. He jumps, but he again somehow stops holding onto the bike and he falls and crashes and tumbles and comes to rest. And everyone runs over to him, but he is he has an unconscious out of body experience of some kind, which I forget because who cares?
He sees his dad on the other side.
He does.
I think so. Wasn't that it?
Does he? Honestly, I wouldn't have. At this point, I was ready for the movie to be done. I was ready for the movie to be done. No, I did not see what it was. And then he gets up and sees that the donations on the little ticker go up over $50,000.
Well, there was this little bit that I loved of them being like, you shouldn't try and stand up. You have internal injuries. Like,
Mhm.
but he's just because he's the idiot hero,
Sure.
like insists on
Yeah.
standing up.
Yeah.
And as he's continuing to presumably harm himself, you see the ticker
Yeah.
continue to go up.
And so they won, and they'll be able to. Where is it that he?
Cut to his
Yeah.
stepdad getting heart surgery, and he's gonna fight him.
Yeah, he's gonna fight him again, and also he's now starting to grow a mustache, kind of.
Yeah, you're
which
getting
is-
peach fuzz at like 20.
But
3
now that
years
he
old or
knows that
whatever.
his dad wasn't a stuntman, is there a need to do the mustache thing still?
Now
Since-
he's a man, man.
I guess so.
It's not like a connection to his
what would
dad.
be a silly little thing is after he actually beats Frank, the mustache just goes whoomp,
That
because
was
now
nice.
he's fully a man. Like he got over his hormone imbalance and it went the other way. Like it went the opposite direction. Other part of it.
swung the pendulum the other way. As
Yeah,
far as
there
we-
you go. That could be a thing that could. But anyway, he does have a fight with Ian McShane, and it ends up besting him. And
He's vindicated.
yeah, this is what,
There were
is
like
there?
ninja stars and stuff. Like this was crazy.
Yeah, it was.
Like-
But yeah, this is at some point. Me and McShane says I only did that to turn you into a real man, so you could be the man of the house after I was gone, something like that.
yeah,
Um,
before the final jump,
Before the final jump, he says that.
there's a lot of heart. He says he said the reason I've been so hard on you all this time is because when
Oh,
I'm gone,
right. Yeah.
you need to be the man of the house.
hmm
And he says, "Will you respect me if I land the jump?" And he's like, "Not till you beat me, pussy."
That's right. I forgot about that. Yes, very, very much.
You can
comedy.
tell
And-
this was a go away heat movie for Alex because the notes are not like usually if it's weird bad, the minutia is an incredible detail. This was
also,
a
like
loose framework.
my deal. I watch it once, unencumbered,
Yes.
just to get a feel for what the movie is trying to be, and then I watch it a second time, and I take vociferous, multitudinous notes. It's like to make sure every little bit of like why it doesn't work, why this thing doesn't make sense, what they could have done instead. I write all that down on the second and sometimes third viewing of the movie. That is the way we've done it. Now we've done it now for 3 years or whatever, however long it's been. So that is, but I did not subject myself to this a second time and shall never subject myself to this a second time. Also, what's the deal with him like invoking the spirits of random animals? Is that supposed to be a thing from another movie or something that I don't know? Is that like Vision? Is that Vision Quest? Wasn't Vision Quest a thing where like a dude? I don't know.
Maybe.
Who cares?
I
That
don't
doesn't
know.
matter.
If
It's a thing.
Alex or if Sean paid you $1,000 to watch this a second time, would you?
2,000.
$2,000.
Yeah, to watch this.
This can only benefit me, by the way.
Why would we review it a second time? This is for second viewing.
I mean,
You know what I mean? And I would be on my honor. So
maybe they would want the abridged version, and we review it without Sean Runnins.
I guess we could just edit those out.
For
but,
all the things you missed the first time around.
For all the things I missed the first time. Yeah, that's right. That's right. This is a very, very specific type
nuanced
of synopsis I am reading. So I don't think I missed too many details. But yeah.
I mean, just like 12 stars in the Tokyo Dome for this.
Oh. Yeah. This is an all-time bad movie for me. Like I said, like I'll watch bad action movies or bad horror movies all the time. because I can find things about them when they are bad to turn into comedy. You can't turn bad comedy into comedy.
I will not watch bad horror movies because I'm a scaredy
I know
cat.
I know you're you. I get it. But you can I can't, like, just watching somebody tell me a joke that I find is horribly unfunny. It's just it fills me with sadness.
That's impressive because I'm your co-host. So
Yeah.
I make some bad puns on air.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah. Shock of Ages. I have no idea how to answer this. If you had to compare this movie to a wrestling match, like you would give them the same rating, what would you compare it to?
Well, Alex's would have Tyrus in it.
No, it would. It's here. What was the one where the whatever group Jericho was a part of at the time versus the Dan Lambert Society? Remember the fucking thing? That match.
Men of the Year versus the
Yeah,
Jericho Appreciation
but
Society?
the one that also included the other random dudes that were working with Dan Lambert at the time. It was Paige Van Zant and then and then like her husband, and Dan Lambert was still a part of it as well.
Oh my god, yeah.
But then it was also like whatever poor souls were dragged into things by Chris Jericho's ego. Sammy Guevara and Proud and Powerful and probably Jake Hager. Yeah, that one.
Can I tell you what a bummer it was when Dan Lambert was the kindest dude in the world on the Jericho cruise?
That would be a bummer.
Nicest dude. Set up his belt collection in the lobby just for people to come look at, talk to everybody, was so passionate about it. What a kind-hearted guy. And what a bummer that was, because I was like, sir, I despise your work and not in a fun way.
That's it. I guess that's it.
That is it. I mean, there's nothing more to talk about, and we're already the longest hot rod review in history of hot rod reviews on YouTube. So
yeah, especially unlisted on YouTube, where nobody will be able to find it. You're like look up hot rod. You know what? Hot rod review search. You know what's not coming up? This one. So
maybe, just maybe, Sean should turn it public.
Yeah, this is the one. This is the one to go public with. To give the general public a sense of what our stuff is, we should do it this one. I've honestly toyed with the idea of asking Sean to turn certain like from WrestleMania 2 years ago or something like a seminal thing that everyone remembers that is long ago now, that it doesn't need to be behind a paywall anymore. Go public with it, see what people would say. But this, I feel like, isn't that. But I don't know.
This is not that. What was the name of the show we did when we were on Know Your News? I'm blanking.
Oh, get the flick out of here.
Get the flick out of here.
Our
Team America one got views.
Our Team America one did, but very few of the other ones did. And by the way, if you do like this, you can find all of those just out in public for consumption. We reviewed a lot of stinkers over there too.
We did, and I sat through 3.5 thousand views.
That's 2,000 more than I've ever seen on that. I thought it was 1.5 the last time I looked. Wow.
No, I don't know what it was about that one.
I don't think any other ones broke 1K.
I don't think so either.
It's so weird, but but must be people who only watch reviews of that movie, because we just
get the algorithm right or something.
I guess, but the idea of I'm watching these two people review this movie, I will not watch another one of their reviews.
No,
is always that honestly fills me with pride. That You know what? If we we are a certain cup of tea, and if we are not your cup of tea, that is fine with me. I don't need to like dumb myself down for the lowest common denominator. We are ourselves, and if you find us delightful, we welcome you. And if you don't, that's cool too.
Birdemic got 647 views.
That was the series finale.
That was the series finale.
Velocipaster, that was a good one.
Velocipaster was a great movie.
Did we get 1K on that one?
Holy crap! Holiday in Handcuffs. We had 2,600.
The holiday, nice.
The Melissa Joan Hart movie where
Melissa
she
Joan
kidnaps
Hart
AC
kidnaps
Slater.
AC Slater.
The Walmart one broke 1,000 too. Our shitty Christmas ones did some work, man.
All right, Christmas stuff. That's what we're known for. That's our wheelhouse.
Then it kind of falls off a little. Mr. Nanny, 633 views.
All right. Okay.
I will say we were the highest viewed thing on that channel. I'm looking at them by views, and it was us, baby.
Yeah, it was us. We were putting up numbers.
We did numbers, pal.
On that channel, yeah.
Howard the Duck, 481 views.
Bunk says, I had no idea these old reviews were out there. Yes.
Here, I'll put the link in the chat.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Look up Get the Flick Outta Here. OUTTA. And yeah, we reviewed. We got like 80 something. I wanted us to get to 100. We didn't get to 100 though.
We got to 82.
82 reviews.
Or no. Hold on. How many did we get to?
83.
We did good. That's by popular. What's by latest? 87. We were close.
We got 87. We almost got to the big centennial, but
remember when we reviewed 4 Rooms? That scared Ali Cease, I think. She was like, what is this movie? Because she watched it.
It's a very odd movie, yeah. No, I wanted it because remember in the old days, if you broke 100 episodes, that's when you got syndication.
That's right.
That was the big thing for like for comedies. If you get to 100 episodes, then you could qualify for syndication, and then you could get that sweet residuals.
Man, 2 of the things we did beat Sean's appearance on the Know Your News Network. So I'm just saying.
All right, so there you go.
You know what? Why these did okay was because Melissa doing the thumbnails was insane.
The thumbnails were fantastic. I think my thumbnail for this one was very artistic, but
very well done.
But yeah, not quite as eye catching as some of the ones that the Melissa did for us over there.
My God,
it's on the Know Your News channel. This was the sister site that Jimmy Van tried to start with all the weird and wacky news, and we did weird and wacky reviews on the Weird and Wacky News channel.
It's true. Animal Face Off had 991 views.
Ooh.
The first episode ever where I made you watch reality TV did 935.
Ooh.
Is It Cake did well. We did well with reality TV.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's the secret sauce. Is there a lot of reality? I'm not watching. I shouldn't have said it. It's like, are there any reality wrestling TV shows? And I was like, there's LFG, and there's. Although I would go back and review every episode of Total Divas, I would do it for $1,000. No, I would do it for less than that. I would do it for less than that, but yeah.
Know what? I'm looking at these, and I'm like, I'm getting my blonde hair back at the end of the month.
Lieutenant Photo says, I'm making Freddy Got Fingered graphics. This is happening.
I'm excited to get my blonde hair back is what I've taken away. I'm looking at these thumbnails and I was like, I want my blonde hair.
Bunk Funk asks, Kate, did you ever receive your battle bots? And if so, did you post pics or a video?
I did. It's in the Sour Graps Discord. I think our friend Lieutenant Colonel Photo over there put it in a WeTransfer file because the video was too long. But I did receive them and I was very, very, very thankful. Very, very thankful. It was awesome to receive. The best. Team America was the highest viewed thing on that channel literally ever.
Oh yeah, for sure. With good cause. Yeah. Invite people. Hold on. All right, here we go. Here's the for everybody who don't know where the thing is. It's this, and then you can go there. Yep. Okay, in the SGS Discord for once.
Yeah, it was my big appearance.
Yep. She says she always forgets that it exists.
I do always forget that it exists. There's too many platforms. There's too
There
many
are
things.
a lot. There are a lot. Yeah.
I can't keep up. And now I help with the Fightful social media. It's a lot.
Yeah. Sean really
What was
posted it.
Runaway? Oh, that Tom Selleck movie. That's right.
Yeah, oh yeah, that with Gene Simmons as the villain and the terrible little robots that looked like terrible. How much can we crowdfund to get Alex and Kate to review Freddy Got Fingered? Sean Ross Sapp has 320,000 followers, 12 likes. 12 likes on the post. I don't feel like we're gonna get there. I don't
think people see a great deal of value in putting their money behind it.
No, you know what? It's fine. Again, I win either way. The worst case scenario is I don't have to watch Freddy Got Fingered.
Yeah.
Like that is absolutely
It's
a win.
pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Oh man.
All right. I guess
I'm excited to be blonde again.
I'm excited for you. It's a very good time to be blonde.
Yeah.
When are we doing this? Is this a thing that's going to happen before the next time we see you? Or should we be prepared?
No, May 28th.
Oh, okay. So we
got some time.
We got some time. That's good. I'm glad.
Look forward to it.
All right, we can we're gonna put Double or Nothing in the rear view, and we are going to move on
to the blonde era.
To the blonde. That's good.
The thing is, it's on a Wednesday, so we have a full week until like a proper Tuesday.
Well, this is honestly, this is good. You know what I mean? Because I obviously I don't go to the things, but I've had many women in my life who have gone to get a coloring or whatever and ended up not being great and had to wear hats for like 3 or 4 days before they could and get it done again. So it's good that you give yourself a little grace period.
It is.
You know what I mean? That's nice.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Well,
that was Hot Rod.
That was Hot Rod. Contribute to the crowdfund to make me get paid to watch this thing,
or don't,
Sean. Or don't. Sean wants it so bad he should be willing to put up his. You get
the crowdfund started at least, Sapp.
Yeah,
jeez,
come on. At least be the guy in there who's like, okay, here we go. We're gonna get it started. $300. Boom. Now everybody else fill it out. But no.
There you go.
You know what? Doesn't want it bad enough. He just doesn't want it bad enough.
Running from the grind of giving us money.
The grind is over there, and this is Sean. That's what he's doing.
I love a good Alex run.
Mm-hmm. All right, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow for Raw.
Yes.
Everything sucks.
Especially this movie.